Hey, hello, how are you? And welcome to my channel. Today I am back and better than ever. I have for you a haul of all of the random, very random books that I have gotten out of free little libraries, specifically in my neighborhood. Like, these are all within a 10-minute walk of my house. There are so many free little libraries in Portland. I love it so much. Where I used to live in California, it was like they were there, but they were sparse. They were not plentiful whatsoever. So I have absolutely loved being so close to so many. It's kind of a problem because, as you know, I've got this physical TBR that just won't get smaller. And part of that is because I keep picking up books at the free little libraries. So I thought it would be fun to show you all of the random books that I've gotten. These are all books that I've picked out within the last year. Do I remember exactly when I picked them out? No, absolutely not. And these are also some books that are on my TBR and then some books that I have read, so I'll like tell you a little bit about that. But I thought this would be a fun time. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so the first book is called Matrix by Lauren Groff. I had never heard of this book. I had never heard of this author, but I am one to judge a book by its cover for sure, even though that's not something we're supposed to do. It's definitely something that like every reader does, I think. And I thought the cover was cool, so I picked it up. I don't even remember if I looked at the summary. I was just like, that looks cute, it's free, let's go. Then maybe like 2 months ago, I started reading it and I was immediately like, oh, I hate this actually. It's about a girl that's like technically royal, like she is a like bastard child of the king, and so she's not really accepted by like the other princesses, and so they're like, let's get rid of her, let's go send her to a convent and she can just like hang out there so she's not in our way basically. And then I got to the point where she goes to the convent and I was like, okay, this seems really boring in my opinion. If this sounds interesting to you, go off, queen. But I was just like, this doesn't really sound like something I want to read. So at that point I read the summary and I read a couple reviews of it on Goodreads, and I was like, oh, this is not really gonna pick up or change scenery or anything at any point. So I was just like, let me DNF this so that I don't put myself into a slump. So I did not finish this, and it will be going back into another free little library. At some point, I picked up the book You by Caroline Kepnes. I might be saying that incorrectly. I was super intrigued by this because I have been hearing about the series You on Netflix for the longest time. I know that it has Penn Badgley. He's great, so cute, and it's got Victoria Pedretti in the second season or something. And I've been wanting to watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it. I didn't realize that it's like 5 seasons in, which is hilarious that I'm just like, yeah, I need to get to it, and I never have. But then I saw this and I was like, oh my god, is it based off of a book? I had no idea. I've never heard anybody talk about the book. And so I read the back of it and I was like, shit, it is based off of a book. That's crazy. So I was like, well, because I haven't watched the series yet, let me pick up this book and let me read this so then I can watch the series and review it and do another episode of my new page to screen adaptation series. So I have read this, but I feel like I don't want to tell you what I thought of it because I do want to talk about that in another video. But yeah, that's all I can say for right now, is that I was shocked to find out that this existed and I did read it. And you will know what I think about it shortly. Also, if you're seeing the shadows behind me from my hands moving and me holding up the books, you're probably like, oh my god, is she filming that in the middle of the night? No, it's 1 p.m. We're just at the point in the year where in Oregon it's getting really dark, and if I don't film directly in front of a window, the lighting is just awful. So we're working on it. We're figuring it out, but I think that maybe I need to just like bite the bullet and film right in front of the window. We'll see. But for now, we've got the ring light. That's what's going on. So anyway, the next book that I wanted to talk about is Family Family by Lori Frankel. I have read another book by her. I read This Is How It Always Is last summer and I loved it. It was a 5-star book. I was immediately like, okay, that book was really great because of what it was about, but I also really loved the author's writing. So I was like, I would definitely love to check out another book by her. And then I stumbled across this in Free Little Library and I was like, shut up, that's amazing. So I snagged it and I have read like maybe the first page and I read the summary, so I know what it's about. I know that it talks a lot about adoption, which I think is really interesting. This is also fiction. All of these books that I've talked about so far are fiction books, FYI. And that's as far as I got because then I started reading something else. But it has no bearing on whether or not I think I'll like this book. I do think that I will. I just haven't gotten to it yet. And I think that I might just like also grab an audiobook of it from the library or something so that I can like lock in and really get the fullness of the book. But I'm really excited to read this. Okay, next. This is probably the best thing that I've gotten from a Free Little Library so far. I was able to find We Solve Murders by Richard Osman. I could not believe my eyes when I saw this. I read this book last year when it came out. I absolutely loved it. I'm obsessed with Richard Osman, and this is the first book in his second series. This is the only book in the series so far, and to find this book for free was absolutely amazing. This is a mystery, just like his previous series, but this one is about a father-in-law, daughter-in-law, like detective duo. It's so cute. The relationship they have is just adorable and so wholesome and sweet, but then there's also like murder and how fun, and it's so witty and I love it and I highly recommend this book, and I couldn't believe that I found it for free. So this will be going on my shelf immediately. Okay, the next 3 books I found all at the same time. I grabbed all of them because I was like, they all seem interesting. I know that like you're supposed to like take a book, leave a book, but here's the thing. At the end of the year, I'm gonna do another unhauling video and all of those books will go into Free Little Libraries. So I'm doing my part. I will give back, don't worry. Anyway, the next book that I picked up was Beautiful Ruins by Jess Walter. To be honest, when I looked at it, I was like, I feel like I've heard of this, but I don't know if that's even true. I just thought it looked cute and interesting. Let's read the summary. It says, from the moment it opens on a rocky patch of Italian coastline circa 1962, when a daydreaming young innkeeper looks out over the water and spies a mysterious woman approaching him on a boat, Jess Walter's Beautiful Ruins is a dazzling yet deeply human roller coaster of emotion. From the lavish set of Cleopatra to the shabby revelry of the Edinburgh Fringe Festival to the backlots of contemporary Hollywood, Beautiful Ruins is gloriously inventive and constantly surprising, a story of flawed yet fascinating people navigating the rocky shores of their life while clinging to their improbable dreams. So that sounds interesting. That kind of gave me nothing about like exactly what it's about, but whatever. We'll try it out eventually and I'll let you know what I think. Then we've got what appears to be a thriller, If I Die Tonight by Allison Galen. I feel like lately I've been in such a thriller mood. I think that's definitely what fall does to me. I always feel like mysteries and thrillers are for the fall. Not that you can't read them any other time. I also enjoy them in the winter quite a lot, but I feel like when it hits fall, I'm like, okay, let's get a little spooky, you know what I mean? And I've read a couple really good thrillers recently, and so that's why I grabbed this one, because I was like, let's continue the streak. I don't know if it will be good. I feel like I've never heard anybody talk about this one, but hopefully it's worth a shot. It says on the back, told from a kaleidoscope of viewpoints, If I Die Tonight is a story of family ties and dark secrets. and the lengths to which we'll go to protect ourselves. I don't know, could be cringe, could be cool, we'll see. Eventually I'll read this and I'll let you know what I think. And then last but not least, I picked up The Last Mrs. Parrish by Liv Constantine. I have seen this book be talked about on Book Talk for a long time. Let's see when this came out. This book came out in 2017, so it's been around the block. People have talked about it on Book Talk. I don't remember if I've ever actually watched a review of it. If I have, it was a while ago and I don't remember it. But I feel like because I've heard so many people talk about it, I'm like, let's go, let's try it out. I'm down. So I grabbed this one too, and I'm excited to see what it's all about. So that is my stack of all of the books that I have picked up from my local Free Little libraries over the last year-ish. And I am super excited to get to the ones that I haven't read yet. I really love that Free Little libraries are a thing. Like, thank God, honestly, because they're just so cute and adorable and so fun to like look at every day. The job that I have currently is one that I can walk to, and so I literally check some of these Free Little libraries every single day just to see what they've got, and it's always fun and exciting when I see something that looks interesting. So yeah, I can't wait to get to some of these. Let me know down in the comments, was this video interesting? Do you have Free Little libraries near you? What is the best book you've ever gotten out of Free Little library? That sounds really interesting to me. If you like this video, you can like it. If you like me and my channel, you can hit the subscribe button. You can get notified every single time that I post by pressing that little bell icon. And all of my links for everything will be in the description, and I will see you next time. Bye!